Hey, my name's Barry Frame. I'm one of the sound production lecturers here at Fife College, and welcome to our new micro lectures. These lectures are here to help you get through your next academic year by giving you support on some software that we're using. This series is going to be based on Pro Tools, a beginner's guide. We're going to take you through exactly what Pro Tools is, how to open a session, and how to navigate your way through it. So we'll get stuck in. Okay, so here we go. So one of the first things I'd like to point out is that I'm actually using a MacBook here for this demonstration. Now, you'll probably notice that we have Macs in the studios and also in the edit suites. However, in the labs, i.e. the classrooms, it's all Windows-based stuff. The good news is Pro Tools can be used on both of these machines, and the demonstration I'm going to show is compatible with both machines. The process is exactly the same. So the first thing you want to do on your Mac or Windows computer is locate your Pro Tools icon and click, and then we'll get the start up dialog box appearing. Now, another thing I'd like to note here is that I'm using the 2018 version of Pro Tools. There is some differences between this and the 2012 one that you're using. However, I'll get more into that in class time. They're very much kind of the same, just with a couple of minor differences, a couple of new added features in the 2018 version. So you should be getting this dialog box pop up, and we just let Pro Tools load. So what's happening here is just going through all your different plugins, and we'll get into more what plugins are in another micro lecture. And it's looking to see, right, okay, what kind of audio software or hardware rather have you got, etc. So okay, then we get presented with the dashboard dialog box. Now, in here is where we're going to name and create our session. Okay, doke. So, as you can see up here, we've got three different tabs. We've got create, we've got the recent tab, so I can click a recent project I was working on, and projects, but again I must be signed in for this, as the projects are stored on the iCloud. So keeping it really simple, all we want to do is select the create, and then we type in the project name. Now, please, please, please make sure that you're calling your project by the correct name, okay? If it was project 1, then I would call it project 1, then your name. And it's a good idea to kind of put the date in there as well. So, I'm going to call this project 1. And today's date is the 22nd. I'm going to put 22nd 08/18. So that way I know exactly what session this is and what date it was recorded. So next, it's asking me, what would I like to do with this session? Well, I want to store it on the local storage. So again, I'm just going to enable this one. Now, Pro Tools has got a feature where you can create it from a template. They're okay. I mean, so there's, for example, there's house. We can create a house template, a jazz template, pop template, etc. However, I find in order to get Pro Tools the way that you want it, just create a blank session, okay? That way it's going to get you more used to using Pro Tools, calling up different settings, different plugins, etc. Right, so we've named the session. We've agreed that we want to store it in the local storage drive, and we don't want to use a template. So now we come down to this section here. This section here is asking us, okay, what type of file type do you want? Now, there is different file types we can choose for audio. So we've got WAV, we've got AIFF, MP3, things like that. What we want to make sure is we're selecting WAV. We can use AIFF, however, just because you might be going to a Windows computer, you're safer with WAV. Next, it's asking what sample rate we're going to be using. Right, again, we'll get into what sample rate, bit depth is more in class time. The best way to think about this is whenever you're recording music, you want to keep it to 44.1. Whenever you're doing film or a TV project, 48 is what you want to keep it at, okay? So just bear that in mind, 44.1 for music, 48 for TV, film, broadcast stuff. So I'm going to be creating a music session, so I'm going to leave it at 44.1, And again, the bit depth I'm going to leave at 24-bit. Again, there'll be more than that in class time. This section here, the I/O settings, right, we can use different settings on this, okay? So in other words, I can bring a microphone in from a bit of hardware, or I can use the internal microphone on the laptop, whatever, okay? What this does is, this allows me to set up that in that session. So, for example, I'm just wanting to use the session, the I/O session, the I/O settings I used in the last session. So I'm just going to click last use. This is usually the option you want to go for, unless you're looking for a call-up setting. So next, we want to make sure we're storing it in the right location. If I click location, I can see that this is going to store to my documents, which is where I'm wanting it. I click open, and now we can see users, Barry Frame, documents. Once I'm happy with all of that, I then click create. And my Pro Tools session loads. Now, the first window, or what you should be aware of, in Pro Tools there's two main windows. You have what you call a mix window and an edit window. And the shortcut key command for this is command equals. So a very handy tool if you have only got one screen. So command equals, and that lets me toggle between both screens. So let's just have a wee look about the edit window just now. 90% of your work can be carried out in the edit window. However, we do recommend that you use the mix window as well. So let's start off the top left here. In this section here, we've got all our different modes. Again, I'm going to do our micro lecture on what exactly each one of these modes do. We've then got zoom features here. Then we've got all our edit tools. These are the most important bits of Pro Tools, and these allow us to edit or manipulate a bit of audio the way we want it. Next, we've got the timeline here. Then we've got grid and transport control. This basically allows us to stop, start our session, and record fast forward. Along here we've got our different rulers. So along here, as you can see, minutes and seconds, we've got bars and beats, time code, the samples, tempo. So again, if we're working on a track with a specific tempo, we can go in and change that. The meter, i.e. what time signature is our piece of music in, etc. I'm just going to quickly show you how to create a brand new track within Pro Tools. The first thing we want to do is we go up to track, and we go down to create, or in fact no we don't, we go to track and new. We then get presented with this dialog box. So what we're looking to create is one mono audio track. Now again, we can change this by clicking on it, and we can change it to stereo if we wish. However, because I'm only using one microphone, I only want to use a mono track. Next, it's asking what type of track do we want. Now again, I'll be going into more of these. Going into more detail in these in future micro lectures. So just for the time being, I'm looking just to create an audio track. We then press create, and there we have it. Now, something worth noting. Once I've created a new track, if I press command equals, it automatically creates a new track within my mixed window as well. So once we've created a new track, the first thing you should always do is rename that track. So where it says audio 1, if I double click this, I can then call this whatever I want. Usually it's where the audio source is coming from. So let's say it's the voice, call it Vox for short, and then I click OK, and there we have it, it's changed it. And as well as it changing it there, it has also changed it on my mix window. This keeps things a lot tidier. So that is Pro Tools. As I said, join me again in another micro lecture where we'll be actually recording into Pro Tools and looking at some editing features. Again, if you've got any questions, feel free to ask myself or one of the other sound production lecturers, or email us. You can email me at barryframe@fife.co.uk. At Fife, you can email me, barryframe@fife.ac.uk. Thanks guys, cheers.